Hello, friends. It's Selene here. Hope you're having a great week. It is gorgeous outside. The weather is unbelievable. I just got a mug in the mail from my friend Colleen. Thank you. From Colorado. I got the Colorado Starbucks mug, so I washed it, and here I am sporting my new mug for my Facebook Live today. Colleen sent a card with the mug, and I just want to show you. It is so cool here. Um, she sent me, I think they call it a never-ending card. It's like this, and if you want, I'll zoom in so you can see it while you're looking to find us here. Here we go. So it starts here, and she wrote a nice message on the inside. And she was recognizing my 20 years as a demonstrator is coming up next week on the 17th. I'll be doing a special starting tomorrow, so check your email for that. There's an ordering special just for customers, but this is so cool. It goes around and around and around until you get tired because you could just keep going. It doesn't end. The never-ending card. I am so impressed with these. So thank you, Colleen, for my mug and my gorgeous card. I'm so grateful for you and your friendship. You know, we are very lucky to all have each other. I spent this weekend doing retreat. The bag's over there. I was just going to see what I did with it. We had an event bag, and the people who came to retreat, something has changed at my retreats. They're so amazing. We have this group of people that just have so much gratitude that I'm not the only one that gives gifts. Everybody got in on the action and they were running around with treats. It got to the point like I didn't even know where gifts were coming from. And I am so very grateful for all of those people that make my stamping retreats what they are. I just posted the retreat for the June midweek retreat. It's Monday to Thursday, so you get a whole extra day of cropping. It's a little less money because there's no food included, but you get an extra day. And it's kind of one of those things. You're in Maine in the most beautiful spot right near Dock Square. And we go out to eat, or we do taco night on the first night, which is very fun. Hi, Vicky. So we all bring something for tacos, and so Vicky usually brings the cheese. I typically bring meat in a crock pot, and somebody else brings chicken, like I do taco meat. And then some people bring Doritos, some people bring taco shells, some people bring taco. You get the gist. We all sign up for something, and we just have one nice meal to start the week. And of course, that night there's always a bingo. This year I have some different experiences in the works that I am lining up, and I'm very excited about them. I also just released the November retreat. It is going to have the theme A Million Dreams, like the musical Greatest Showman. And the Saturday night party will be You Come as What You've Always Wanted to Be. Vicky, I was just playing back what you told me you wanted to be, and it's making me giggle. Vicky had a very good idea for the party night. Oh, and I forgot to mention, the June is Americana. We moved the retreat out a week because we have a lot of school teachers that come, and they would have been out of luck with all the snow that we've had on makeup days. So we pushed it. It's now June 29th to July 2nd. So that's coming into the 4th of July. If you're interested in that June retreat, it's very important that you let the guest house know right away so that they can reserve rooms for us so that they don't sell out, because that is a very popular week in Maine, as you can imagine. Vicky's laughing. Yeah, I can't even say it. I'm not gonna. That's too funny. We have a lot of fun. So this weekend, some things came up about the scoreboard. One of my best friends said, "Hey, yeah, I don't use my scoreboard. I don't have any luck with it." And it reminded me that my assistant had the same thing. She kept jumping ship. going out of the line when she was scoring. So I have some tips, and it doesn't matter if you're a lefty or you're a righty, because I'm a righty. My bestie's a righty, and my helper is a lefty. So I'll give you some tips on how to maximize your use when using the scoreboard, because that's the tip that came up this week. Hey, Tracy, nice to see you, my friend. Okay. So, and before we get into all of that, today is the last day, if you're not a part of Stamper's 8 Card Club, to sign up and get your packet of joy. Let me show you. I'll start here. Let me move the scoreboard for a minute. I gotta show you this month's projects. They are so pretty. Here, I'll zoom in just a little bit. Still getting used to my new setup. I got 2 cameras, and then I just got a new stand. And I'm still working that out a little. So thanks for being patient. But this is the first card. And of course, you make 2 of each, and you get to pick your sentiment. I chose Simply Said again. We've already used this stamp set in club, so people who have this stamp set can double dip. The reason I like it is you can stamp your sentiment based on what you need. So just a note, birthday wishes, and we'll go through a little bit, but this is the first project. It is a column card, and I got this idea from one of my club members, Robin Greger. She's also on our team, and she swapped this card. Isn't this cool? It's like hovering there. Hey, from Australia. Nice to see you, Carrie. So she swapped this card in our team swap one month, and I finally opened them, and I was so inspired that the first 2 cards in club came from direct copies of my friend Robin's work. This is a side column, and of course you can sign the back. Isn't that sweet? So you get a PDF, you get half a pack of this designer series paper, you get a bolt of the ribbon, and on these, I've actually tied your bows. They're all tied and in piles over there. I am just finishing up these little pieces. You get all of these pieces that are embossed and cut these pieces already. So actually card 1 is ready to go in bags, but I still need to cut a few layers here to get ready for club. Of course, today is just the day for the deadline. I will order the rest of the product today or tonight after the deadline. And yeah, we'll get it shipped here, and then I process it out by the end of the month. This month, club runs the 31st, which is the last Tuesday of the month. And then right after the in-person meeting, I mail out all the packets. I think I have about 60 people in club, and I mail out packets all over the country. So they're getting a full thing of these dots. I have a set of them over here somewhere. Let's see. I got all the scraps from when I was playing here. But yeah, hang on. I can put my fingers on it. There it is. So these are the embellishments. They get a full one of these, a full bolt of ribbon this month, and half a pack of designer paper, plus everything they need to make these 8 cards. Oh, here's number 4. And you swap out the sentiments. Aren't they pretty? I love them. So yeah, there's fun folds. There's clean and simple. Gotta love a good fold. So speaking of folds, in the process, I brought all of the cardstock I need to do all the bases, because we have 80 people in club. I start early. The minute I ship them out, I start in again. So my friend Cheryl actually helped me with some scoring for this. And I just wanted to share with you some tips that I showed her, because she was like, I never use my scoreboard because I find that I always come outside the line. Oh, how much? Club is $44.50 monthly. It includes shipping from me to you, and that's going up. So like it's like $7 or $8 or $9 to ship some months to some people. It just depends on where you are in the country what it costs me to ship, but $44.50 is inclusive. It includes at least $22 in product. This month it's more like $25. Here, there's that. And then all the cards ultra prepped, all the die cutting is done for you. So you would just need this month the Simply Said stamp set. You'd want to have on hand strawberry slush ink, and Misty Moonlight ink or Secret Sea. So you could, you can interchange those, or you could use one of the colors on all of them. If you only had one ink pad, it wouldn't be the end of the world. I also use a lot of Wink of Stella, so you would want your own adhesives in Wink of Stella. Thank you for asking, Elizabeth. Okay, so the biggest thing that I've learned, here we go. Back it out a little more. I want to make sure that you can see the whole scoreboard. But the problem is the first thing I do, you see the line of the table is straight with my body. I'm 90 degrees with it. The first thing I do is I turn the scoreboard. There's where the tool goes. So that I'm a righty, so that it's going to go towards my body. So if you're a lefty, you're going to turn the scoreboard this way so that it goes with the way that your hand goes, right? So I'm going to turn this to the right, and I even go a little further than that, yeah, because my hand just goes like this, right? That's the way my arm wants to move when I reach up. And then if I'm scoring my paper in half at 4 1/4, and by the way, for 80 people, I am doing 80 sheets for each color. So just the bases is piles and piles of paper that I've cut into already. It's kind of funny, they're over there, I could show you, but they're all lined up and pretty. But then the keys to the city are, you don't hold it like a pencil, or like a pencil if you're a lefty. You know, I see lefties sometimes write like this. You don't hold it like a pencil. You want to make sure that the tool, no matter whether you're using the big side or the little side, sits in the palm of your hand. That's the most important thing, because then when you go to put it in the groove, it's much less likely to slip out of the groove. So I have a bunch of scoring to do. So I thought maybe I would just show you that this is how I do it. And I do have a cutter that will cut 3 at a time. So I tend to put them in piles of 3 and then cut them in half. So the 3 that I just did would yield me 6 card bases. Well, where the scoreboard really comes into play here is, what if you have a box that you need to score, a lot? Maybe you need to score every 1/8 of an inch, like the one we just did in Retreat. Well, this gives you the opportunity to not have to remember where all of your measurements are. You plug them in and you just go. So let's see. Let's see if I can give you an idea. So this, the one for club, the Misty Moonlight one, and of course it's all in the document, but just for giggles, let's say you score at 1, 2 3/4, 4 1/2. Go ahead, get your pens. I know. 4 1/2. Woo! 5 1/2. 6 1/2. 8 1/4. And 10. And I'm out of markers. By the way, these are not the markers that they came with. My daughter, I told her that I lost my scoreboard markers from Stampin' Up, and they don't have a replacement for those, and she made them on her 3D printer for me. So she does have an Etsy store. You can search her on Kempton Creations. She is open for 1 week while she's home. So in this case, I know that I wanted to score at 10, so I'll have to remember that one. But now I can just go through and do my scoring for this card. And I did 80 of these for the 160 packets that, the 160 cards for this one card that I've printed so far. So yeah, it's a bit of work. And then I will cut it in half at 4 1/4, but it's already got, let me see, all of my score marks done. And it's much faster than it would be on a paper trimmer when you're doing it for multiples. So that's my tip of the week. Do you guys have questions about the scoreboard? I'd be interested to hear. I'm going to tell you, the big thing is where you hold it. It should be in the palm of your hand. I'm going backwards. The palm of your hand, and then you pull whatever hand you are. If you're a lefty, turn the board this way and pull towards your hand, but it's still going to be in the palm of your hand. And what a difference that made this weekend for people that were struggling. Maria was here. She was so upset because she helps me, and she was so mad because one day she messed up 8 pieces of paper. That's like what? That's a lot of money. It's $14 for a pack of paper. So she was sitting, and I'm like, let me watch you and let me ask questions. And then finally we figured out that it was the way she was holding it. If you put it in the palm of your hand, it means everything. So anyway, I'm going to pull this in, and this is my old guillotine cutter. Forgive me that I'm not using the current Stampin' Up! One, but this is the old Stampin' Up! One. And when I do a lot of classes, I'm going to actually stand up. When I do a lot of classes, I use this one because I can go 3 at a time, which saves me a bit of time, but it's still days and days. The minute I start, the minute I mail out club, I start the next month. Let me give you an idea. I tied 160 bows yesterday morning. Any guesses as to how many rolls of ribbon that is? I'll let you put that in the comments. And then each person gets 2 sets of dies, right? Because they're making 2 cards each of this. So you can imagine the amount of die cutting. That's yeah, a lot. But it's good. I'm here. I get to do it. You get to have fun and make the projects. So each person will get 4 of these for the front because you need one for each side, and they've already been embossed for you. I don't know if you're seeing that. Yeah. And it makes such a pretty card, doesn't it? So we would love to have you in Stamp Club if you're not there already. Okay, so we cut these in half, and then I'm going to pull out the other trimmer because now I have these 6 card bases that I was able to score much faster than if I was doing it on, you know, the 1 at a time plan. Okay, I'm going to move these so that they're out of my way. Like I said, I'm completely unscripted today because this is on the fly. And I really didn't even have an idea as to what I wanted to do for a project. So maybe we'll use the leftover pieces that are still on the table from club, and we'll just make a card. What do you guys think? Vicki, you're right, my friend. 4 rolls of ribbon to do 160 160 bows for me anyway. And I can tie, you guys are gonna laugh, 100 bows an hour on my bow maker. Also from my daughter's store. Too funny. All right, so I'm gonna see what this is at. I'm gonna cut a piece that's 3 3/4 by 5. I am loving these clean and simple cards with this suite. It is so pretty. Okay, let's see what we got. Now, do I have any other colors here? Let's see. I got Misty. Oh, that one's already cut to, I believe, 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. Let's just double check my math here. Oh, nope, this is 4 by 3. Okay, we can use that. I love when I find leftovers on the table like that. I'm going to move these cards out of my way so I can go again and pull those over here. I have this whole big mess that I left to myself. Does anybody else do that when they're creating? They just, okay, I'm done now, and I walk away. Look at the ladybugs. They're so pretty, but there's no blue in the card stock that I just found. I mean, in this. So, oh, there's this. I really like that. So how about if we do some sort of combination of this? I have, so if we were going to go to 2 3/4, let's see. What is half of 2 3/4? What? Well, half of 3 is 1 1/2. So 2 3/4 would be 2 lines down. So 1 3/8 is where I'm going with this. Oh, sorry. Out of the frame, out of the frame. So if I was going to be cutting, it would be, it ends up being 1 3/8. Half of 2 3/4. So that would be a half. I'm going to go here. Ugh, my paper moved. It's because I'm in a weird angle. 1, 2, 3. Like I said, I'm getting used to the new setup. I used to have an arm that came down from the ceiling, and now I have a stand on my desk holding my phone. So it's just a different angle. All right, and I like this pattern also with the blue in it because we found the blue. So 1 3/8. So I'm going to count over 1, 2, 3/8. So it's 2 lines before the 1.5 inch mark. Oh, it moved again. Sorry. Okay, and then I'm going to put both of those pieces together. And I'm going to cut it 3 3/4 because our piece was 3 by 4. So I just want there to be a 1/4 inch border. Okay. I hope these are all the same size. That would be good. Yep. Okay. Super simple layout here. Now you tell me, do you want to see the these guys on the bottom, or you want the gingham on the top or the bottom? Tell me which way you want the gingham. And while you're doing that, I'm going to grab some ribbon. And you know what? I'm going to steal some shapes out of the thing I already have cut. Because why not? It might mean that I have to go back and cut them after, but that's okay. So here we go for that. 4 rolls. Okay, here's more. See, there's the new stand. So it's kind of weird when you have a trimmer there. I'm still working out where I want it. So now that it's been there and in my way, I'll have to move it again. Let's see what we want. Maybe just a simple hello. Sometimes you don't need a card to say a whole lot. I shared a tip earlier this week that when my stamps aren't sticky anymore, it's typically because they've been put on a block that had some cleaner on it, and our cleaner has conditioner in it. So it made these so that they weren't sticky anymore. So I took a little bit of rubbing alcohol to the back and it fixed it, but people were saying that I shouldn't do that, that I should wash it with Dawn dishwashing detergent, which is a great tip. So I thought that I would share that today. I would do the Dawn first, if that's what works. And sorry, 1 second. The first one I see, okay, I see Secret C. Let's go. On the fly. So I've got this, Secret C, and then I need a block. It's a good thing I have a small studio. I can just put my hand on anything. I can put about 10 people in here, though. Hey, how you doing, Melissa? Thanks for dropping in. Just seeing you guys pop up. If you're here, let me know where you're joining from. I would love to see you and be able to say hello. So I kept it really simple today because I didn't really have any questions in the shoot. Usually I have somebody that asks me something. So the only big thing that came up this week was that scoreboard issue. So I thought that would be perfect. Oy. And my toolkits across the room. I don't know where anything is today. Let me grab scissors. Oh, goodness. Ah, there it is. Shoo. So I like to have this caddy everywhere I go so that I don't have to reload the table every time I go live. I want one of the blue jars. Mixed berry, hello. Well, because it's the jar is Secret C. I could do one of the B's because it would come in with the same color as what's on top. So you guys, I'm waiting to hear from you on whether you like this on the top or on the bottom. Do you want the gingham on the top or bottom? Yeah, I'm still going to use this one. Well, now I can't decide. I like this guy too, just because it's so much like what we're using. Maybe we'll put the gingham on the bottom. and then put the jar on the die cut and have it be like off the top. So we'll switch these. So what do you think? We'll do this. And then we'll have some sort of a semblance of that. And then we'll cut this down tight. Funny how a card changes just like that here. I love the little bumblebee. It reminds me of this weekend. We some of the pillow gifts incorporated bees and honey. It was very sweet. The last gift had honey candies. Let's see. I find this so relaxing. I know not a lot of people like to fussy cut, but it's one of my favorite things. Okay, I'm gonna put the adhesive here. I'm committed now. And then add my gingham. Hey, by the way, shout out to my daughter. My mom needed some help this afternoon, just with food shopping, and she got a new bank card and she needed some help, you know. And my daughter went for me to give me a little bit of a break because I was home from retreat, and then I'll be off to Long Beach, California tomorrow, or Thursday morning, very early Thursday. So shout out to Alexis for bailing me out and giving me a couple extra minutes so that I could still do my live today. Another reason I didn't have a plan because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do it. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. So how about some of this ribbon? Like I said, I tied 160 bows. I only had 4 rolls, and I was really sweating it towards the end if I was going to have enough. But they're all tied and ready for your packets if you're a club member. If you're not, today's the last day to sign up. I can put the link in comments if you'd like. I'll be sending the last call later today. So, wanted to show you the projects first. It's always better when you can see. All right, I can update the title too with the link so that you can read about club and decide if you'd like to be a part of it. We have a Facebook group, and I put up extra directions all the time. Inside the Facebook group, there's a library, and that's where you find all the freebies. And it's a great place to be. And you get to make really cute cards every month. Huge value. So I hold the class here in person first. And then once we work out the kinks, if anybody has any questions, that's when I make the video. I still want dimensionals for this, and it wasn't in my bin. By the time the video is over, I'll have all of my crafting tools back in my tote here. Isn't that the way that it goes? Just everything explodes when I'm not. But I did good today. I got out all my swaps and a couple of packages. Somebody left a hat behind at retreat, and she asked me if I could mail it. So I did that, and just a good day. And I helped a lot of people sign up for the June retreat. We already have 16 people for a midweek retreat. That's folks that are taking time off from work, and I'm just so lucky and grateful. So looks like I stamped this a little crooked, so I'm going to put it on so that the hello is perfectly straight. Even if the frame isn't, oh, I went outside the frame there. Even if the frame isn't perfectly straight every single time, as long as you get it on the card straight, you're good to go. And I tied my bow. So now where's my little guy here? Oh yeah. That's adorable. Should I put it on flat or maybe another dimensional? I almost want to like come in tighter, but then I go outside the frame because I'm not reaching in far enough. But here we go. Let's go so you can see. Whoop, whoop. I'm going for it. Double dimensionals. I don't usually do that because it causes extra postage. Today I just bought 10 packs of non-machinable stamps because I do this a lot. The guy at the post office was like, "Are you sure? That's a lot of stamps." And Alexis was like, yeah, that's my mom. Let's see. And it's always a little bumpy the week after retreat because I pack up my whole studio and take it to Maine. So all the pillow gifts, I actually pull in with a trailer and a store, and we had a lot of fun. Okay, now I might actually want to change the orientation of my card base to go the other way because we're going this way now. Oh my gosh, isn't that pretty? What else shall we do? I definitely want to pull it up on another white. And I think I would like a piece, well, I could use the blue on the table. Here. I was going to say I want a piece of pink to bring the pink back in, but this card is pretty pretty. I'm going to give it like, how about a 3/4 inch strip? It is the day of movement. I can't keep my, from moving. So 3/4 by 3 3/4. If I'm going edge to edge. If I wanted to, I could cut it shorter. This blue piece is 3, so let's go 3.5. Make another layer on our card. Okay. So now we can place that here. Nice and clean and simple. Maybe in a little bit. So remember, if you guys have stamping questions and you are visiting me every week, I would love to tackle any questions or issues you have with any product. Like this week was the scoreboard. I'm always here if I can help with anything. I really am going to take a minute and cut a card base going the other way. I guess I could have done that when I had the scoreboard out. It would have been much faster, but that's okay. So this time I'm going to cut it at 4 1/4 and cut it in half at 5 1/2. So that will yield me 2 card bases. Did you guys know that on this cutter, and you do if you know me, I almost cut. Did you see? I did cut a little. That's okay. Did I do it backwards? Huh? I did. I'm such a goof. Yeah, let's just pretend that didn't happen. No editing out when you're live. Okay, so I'm going to score first. And I'm going to score at 5 1/2. This big long line, and there's a glare, sorry. This big long line right here is the 5 1/2 inch mark. As long as the extra ruler that comes out from your trimmer is closed all the way, you have a whole big line for 5 1/2 because we use it all the time. And when Stampin' Up! Designed this trimmer, they wanted to make sure that it was useful for most useful for card makers. So now I'm going to cut at 4 1/4. Silly goose. And then now I've got my card base going the other way. You might wonder why I took the time to do that. It's just simple. If I want to take a picture of this card later, it's going to be standing like this or like this. If I do this, I can take a picture head on, and it makes it much easier for you to see it if I post a picture later on, that's all. And why wouldn't you want to see this? It's so cute. I can't even. So I'm going to get 3 sides equal. And I know it's white on white, but it does add just a little bit. I could put dimensionals, but I didn't because I already did 2. So what's 3, right? Okay. And then let's grab my little dots. So these dots are really cool. Let me give you a close-up of them. They almost remind me, when you touch them, of a pencil eraser back. Hey, Leah. So you can paint them with Wink of Stella, and they'll be sparkly. But I'm going to get them on my card first. We've got honey, and I know strawberries don't really go with the honey, but I'm really drawn to those because I want to use the other color. So maybe we'll use the dots And because it's a contrasting color. Oh, you know what? Can't decide. It's hard to mess up if you go like in a triangle pattern. So that's what I'm going to do. But I have something here. So I'm going to put it on this side instead. And just, doesn't have to be perfect triangle either. You can have it going off. And then, of course, we'll paint that with Wink of Stella. So it will accept the Wink of Stella and it won't come off on your hands after it's dry. And it makes these super sparkly, which is even better than flat matte, isn't it? So, all right, last chance. Any questions about the scoreboard? I'll give you a second because I know there's a delay. Oh, and while I've got you, I'm going to start a big special tomorrow. St. Patrick's Day is my 20th anniversary with Stampin' Up! I am just astounded. There is nothing typical about my business. I'm supposed to say, like, when I earn something or whatever, that results aren't typical. Let me just tell you, I can't even imagine. Leah has been a customer for I don't know how long. We met years ago. Geez. And it's been quite a ride. So I want to say thank you to everybody. So for my 20th, I will be running a special and it coincides with Onstage. So while I'm gone, and it will finish up the day after my anniversary. So I'll announce all that tomorrow. Today is the last day you can opt in for club. Thank you to all my club members. And the product of the month is another thing. So for anybody that orders $75 or more with me during this month, the month of March, that you're going to get a product tutorial with a whole bunch of different ideas using this stamp set from the product of the month. If you're wondering what the product of the month is, when you spend $75, you can add on a stamp set for $5. Actually, let me see if I can find the set. Like I said, I'm coming off retreat weekend, so it could be anywhere. Ay. Hopefully it would be in my retreat pile. I'm not seeing it. Darn it. Well, I will. Let's. Oh, here it is. Ha. Persistence pays off. So it has this little deer. It has this cute little bunny. It has a duck, and if you can see, like, one fits in, so it's a two-step stamp. It has a birthday, a thank you, especially for you. This cute, I don't know, floral spray, background images for the bunny, or for the, of course it's for the bunny. It couldn't be for the deer, right? So silly. But this is available for a $5 fee with any order over 75, and that's the first card I created with it. So that's what's going on. And I appreciate you very much. And if you have any questions about stamping, let me know, because I could put you in line for one of the videos that I do on Tuesday on the fly. So thanks, everybody. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.